How many of the times have you been in a situation where you entered a trade and the market exactly reversed from that level only to hit your stop loss to come back in profits later and hit your take profit? I don't know about you guys, but I personally have been in that situation countless times and I still go through that from time to time. So does that mean that I'm not a good trader? Heck no. To illustrate this point, I'd like to give you guys an example of my GBP USD trade that I took on 2nd October in the first week of the month. My bias for the week was towards the downside. I shorted the market on Monday after I found my entry criteria and bam, within 10 minutes the market went straight to my stop loss. What a typical trader would do in this scenario is that they would blame the markets for that particular loss. They would start feeling that the markets are personally against them. But this was not what I did. Instead, I accepted the loss as a part of the system. And this is where the funny part comes in, because right after 1 to 1.5 hours of me exiting the trade, price returned back to the same entry point and gave me another entry pattern in the same pair, that is GBP USD, and in the same direction towards the downside. In the beginning, before entering the second trade, I hesitated for some time since I had already incurred a loss in the same pair and against the same entry pattern 1 hour ago. Back in my mind, I thought, what if I lose this particular trade as well? What if the market keeps on consolidating for the entire day? And numerous other questions like this. In the midst of these confusions, I just asked two very simple questions to myself. Number 1, does this trade aligns with my trading plan? Number 2, am I following a proper risk management plan? The answers to both of these questions were yes. Once I got the answer as yes, I just stopped making all those assumptions which I initially did. Getting these answers gave me a clarity of thought and intent for my future actions, that is, executing the trade. I told to myself that, you know what, let's just leave all these negative thoughts and enter the trade and see how it turns out to be. Long story short, I ended up winning the second trade for 2.5 RR, which gave me a total net profit of 1.5% for the entire week. So the point that I'm trying to keep over here is that in a grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter how many of the times the price reversed from your entry point, but what does matters is that how many of the times did you follow your trading plan. The degree to which you follow your trading plan, which is tried and tested, determines your success as a trader. Like in my case, after the first loss on GBP USD, it was not easy for me to enter the next trade, given the fact that the same entry pattern resulted in a loss 1 hour ago. And this is where a lot of traders deviate from their trading plan and end up missing the next trade, which could have been resulted in a potential winner. Once they miss this setup and see price going in their favor without they being involved in the market, then it automatically triggers their emotion to enter the trade randomly out of FOMO way lower than their normal entry point would have been, without considering the fact that what if the markets retrace before dumping. And if the markets did retrace before dumping, which is very normal after an impulse, then they have booked another loss on top of the previous one, which if they would have sticked to their original entry would have been a normal retracement before the price hits their take profit. So you need to understand the fact that market movements was and will always be uncertain. You can never be perfect in predicting market movements, no matter how big of a trader you are. Winning and losing is not in our hands. Whether the trade we entered goes in profit or loss is a function of the market. Let the market do its thing. And again, this is a very big mistake which almost everyone does in this industry, is that they focus on the non-controllables. They focus on being perfect about trade predictions, which is not in their hands. Instead, they should focus on being perfect in controlling their emotions and executing their trades every time their edge presents itself. So the next time you find yourself in a losing trade, stop being egotistical about it and accept the loss, and remember that it's not only you, but everyone else is imperfect in predicting what's going to happen next. This is the beauty of this game, that you're paid for being imperfectly perfect profitable trader. Imperfect in predicting market movements, which is the nature of the markets, and perfect in controlling your emotions and executing your traits, which is the nature of human beings. And it constitutes your success as a trader. So one thing that I want you to take from this video is that stop being fixated on predicting what's going to happen next and just execute your trades every time your edge presents itself, and your trading will change for the better. So this is all I have for this video. If you found anything valuable out of it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as it helps the YouTube algorithm to push our content further. I'll be back with another video in the next week. Till then, peace and love.